I'm Jim Maynard Barcelo, and yung topic na nakuha ko is Women in Taiwan. And I'm going to discuss it by its historical, social, and political dynamics na nakashape sa women's role in Taiwanese society. So, yung content ng presentation ko is first, women and family planning. Next, by women's educational attainment, economic achievement, political and social participation, and lastly, the conclusion. So, punta tayo sa first slide. The government's promotion of family planning from the 1960s, the impact of traditional beliefs, and the increasing empowerment of women through education and employment. The summary also addresses current challenges such as declining fertility rates and access to healthcare, emphasizing the complexities of women's reproductive experience in Taiwan. So, same as sa China, hindi makontrol yung population ng Taiwan is patuloy na tumataas. Sa China, di ba, kumuha sila ng program mo, yung one child policy. Dito naman sa Taiwan, ang ginawa nilang solusyon sa pagpapababa ng birth rate is yung family planning program ng gobyerno nila, which dito meron yung contraception, siguro meron yung mga family planning nga yung sinasagawa doon, and eto naging successful. The reproduction rate nung 1970 is from 2.84 naging 1 na siya. So dahil successful nga ito, nag-attract ng international attention. In 1987, yung PCC or Population Crisis Committee of the USA na-rate ang Taiwan as the best performer in 90 developing countries. So next, women's educational attainment. Due to economic development, changing societal attitudes toward gender roles, and government initiatives aimed at promoting gender equality and educations, women's educational attainment notably increased. So, makikita natin dito yung table. May table doon sa baba. This table, dinedemonstrate to yung younger generation ngayon is more on, mayroon silang opportunity or malaki ang kanilang opportunity kumpara sa generation ng kanilang lola at yung mga nanay nila. So, yung although makikita talaga natin notably talaga yung educational improvement ng woman, mayroon pa rin inequalities. Makikita rin natin dun sa table na yon yung declining gap is evident pa rin siya between men and women, lalo na sa secondary and university levels. So recent economic growth, reduce family size, tapos yung pag-introduce nila sa free education sa junior high hanggang university level. Ito yung nakikitang parang dahilan kung bakit tumataas yung or nag-i-improve yung educational attainment ng mga babae. So, the economic achievement. Women's contribution to bringing about the sectoral change is a symbol of Asian industrialization. As light industry grew, young women from rural areas moved in large numbers to urban and industrialized suburban areas and to export processing zones. So, since 1970s, di ba, ang Taiwan, nag-evolve siya hanggang from agricultural naging manufacturing employment siya, and woman as playing roles as a key role. So 31.89% of women work in manufacturing, commerce, and services. So eto, di ba, from mga provinces kagaya lang dito sa Pilipinas, parang onti yung opportunity sa mga provinces. So, yung mga babae or even mga lalaki is pumupunta pa ng cities para makipag-participate sa mga industrialized ganun, para mag-apply kasi maraming opportunities sa cities. So, although women's educational attainment has improved, tapos nakapasok na sila sa mga white collar jobs. So, meron tayo dalawang types ng job, white collar jobs and blue collar. Ang white collar is more on professional siya. Ito yung ginagawa, yung site nilang yung working place nila is more on office, while the blue collar job, ito yung ginagamitan talaga ng labor or skill. Tapos, although nakapasok na sila mga white collar jobs, may mga naging challenges pa rin, kagaya ng discrimination sa mga married woman. So, ang perception kasi nila sa mga married woman is dapat inaasikaso ng mga babae na yon yung mga anak nila and mga household, parang housewife. Di ba dito rin sa Pilipinas ganun ang ginagawa natin minsan, yung perception natin minsan. Pag babae ka, dapat nasa bahay ka lang ginagawa, may mga household and yung mga lalaki na magtatrabaho. So, ganun din sa Taiwan. Tapos, ang isa pang naging challenge sa mga babae doon is, even though same yung trabaho ng lalaki at babae, ang nakukuhang wages lang babae is 60% ng sa lalaki. Which is, makikita talaga na, di ba, parehas kayo ng trabaho, pero yung makukuha lang ng babae is kalahati ng sa lalaki, di ba? Napaka hindi equal talaga yon. So, next tayo sa political and social participation. As a result of education and career advancement, women in Taiwan developed a greater interest in politics. Moreover, their participation in community activities has expanded and taken new directions. Nag-improve na ang educational attainment ng women. Nakapasok na sila sa mga white collar jobs. So, syempre, ang next dito is magiging interest na sila sa politics. Diba? Naging way ang economic growth and educational attainment sa pagiging interesado ng babae sa politics. So, yun nga, example din sa Pilipinas dati, sa mga Pilipino. Diba, ang nadi-discriminate yung mga babae na hindi dapat nakapag-aral, hindi dapat nakakasali sa ganito, sa politics. Kasi, makikita talaga natin na, what do you call that, dominant yung lalaki sa babae sa pagpapatakbo ng bansa. So dito, dahil yun nga, naging conscious na sila kasi tumaas na ang educational attainment nila and economic, naging interesado yung mga babae sa Taiwan para makihalubilo sa politics and makipag-participate. So, nung nakipag-participate sila, yung mga notable changes na nangyari is, first, the currently highest ranked woman in Taiwan is the Director of the Council for Cultural Affairs and recently the Minister of Law. Next is 3 out of 20 provinces and cities sa Taiwan ay pinapamunuan ng mga babae. Lastly, the second wave from 1975 to present, a Taiwan's feminist movement is represented by feminist organization Awakening. Ito, na-establish to noong 1982 ng University of Educated Women. So lastly, the conclusion. Since 1970, Taiwan has changed from a poor farming society to a rich industrial nation, improving women's education and status. Despite these gains, traditional values still limit women's role and more effort are needed to ensure their rights and representation. So, balik tayo sa economic from farming society, naging industrialized sila, di ba? Tapos dito, parang naging key role din ang babae. Makikita talaga natin yung improvement ng babae dito sa pag-develop ng Taiwan, di ba? Alam naman natin ngayon na napaka-develop ng Taiwan ngayon, di ba? Kumpara sa ibang countries. So, yun nga, although nakasama ang babae sa pag-improve ng Taiwan, there's still a discrimination and inequalities hindi pa rin nila nakikita ang babae as parang naging key sa pag-angat ng bansa nila. So, yun nga, kailangan pa rin nila ma-ensure ang rights and representation. Yun lang po. Thank you.